Hello everyone, welcome to my channel SN Grammar Simplified. Today's topic is reported speech. Very important grammatical aspect, often seems tricky and confusing to many. But don't worry, dear students and friends, I can confidently assure you that by the end of this video, you will have a thorough understanding of direct and indirect speech. Mastering it will become effortless for you. Achieve flawless mastery of reported speech. See here in this slide, you can observe, I will call you tomorrow. It is in direct speech. He said that he would call me the next day. It's in indirect speech or in reported speech. Means reported speech is used when we want to report or convey information or statement made by somebody else in the past. Let's learn the reported speech with the rules in detail. Direct and indirect speech are reported speech. Let's understand this with basic examples. Let's look at the first example. Direct speech. He said, I'm happy. To convert this sentence into indirect speech, follow these steps. Friends, if you observe this sentence, you will notice it is an assertive or declarative sentence. What is assertive or declarative sentence? What are the other types of sentences? Let us learn that in detail. Before that, how do we identify the type of sentence? It's quite simple. Here, he said, I'm happy. It's a statement which ends with full stop. Here, I'm happy. It ends with a full stop. Once you have identified it as a declarative sentence, use a reporting verb like told or said. But in the question, it is there, said. Later, include the conjunction that. So now, what you are going to do? Identify the type of sentence first. So, he said, I'm happy. It is in assertive sentence or declarative sentence. Then, if you observe here, he said. Said is the reporting verb and used conjunction that here, right? Now, he, I in the question, in the indirect speech, I, it's been changed to he in indirect speech. That is, change the pronoun. In this case, the pronoun I changes to he. Then adjust the verb tense. Means, since the reporting verb is in the past tense said, the present tense verb am changes to the past tense verb was. In this case, am will change to was. That means present tense should change to past tense. If there is past tense itself in a direct speech, it would shift to the past perfect tense had. Remember, the past perfect tense is formed using had. Then keep the remaining phrase unchanged. Now the answer is he said that he was happy. By following these steps, you can effectively convert sentences from direct to indirect speech. Now, let's look at the rules. First, remove the quotation mark. So, when you get a question in indirect speech, first and foremost thing is you should remove the quotation mark. That means eliminate the quotation marks around the reported speech. Then identify the type of sentence to use reporting verb. Determine whether the sentence is declarative, interrogative, imperative, or exclamatory. choose the appropriate verb, that means reporting verb. Select a reporting verb based on the sentence type. For example, for declarative sentences or for assertive sentences, reporting verbs, you should use the reporting verbs like said and told. With that, we are going to use or we are going to include conjunction that. Then, for interrogative sentences, identify whether the question is yes or no question or WH question. So, in interrogative, there is two types. One is yes or no question, another one is WH question. And you all know that yes or no questions will begin with helping verbs. Helping verbs is, am, are, was, were, do, does, did. Okay. So if it is a yes or no question, use helping verb with that if or whether. It is compulsory. If it is a WH question, use the WH words itself. So then for imperative sentences, use reporting verb requested, ordered, commanded and include the word to before the action. For exclamatory sentence, use reporting verbs like exclaimed, follow with that. But for interrogative sentence, the reporting verb is asked or questioned, but with this, you're not supposed to use that. Only for declarative or assertive sentence and exclamatory sentence, you're going to use conjunction that. Then, change pronouns to match the perspective of the speaker or listener. Shift the tense of the verb according to the sequence of a tenses rule. Later, modify time, place references as needed. Like today becomes that day, here becomes there. Ensure proper sentence structure. Maintain the standard sentence order. Subject followed by the verb and end with the full stop. Subject, it is very important. Subject first, then the verb. Subject followed by the verb and the sentence ends with the full stop. This is very important rule. Dear friends, please pause the video and take a note of the rules as it is essential to remember them for converting direct speech into reported speech effectively. Pause the video and make a note of all these rules. And then, rules for transforming direct speech to indirect speech. These are all the basic rules you should remember and follow while changing from direct to indirect. Means in direct speech, if there is do and does verb, in indirect speech, you should convert into did. Then the auxiliary verbs is, am, are in the present tense form will change to was, were in the past verb. Present verb will change to past verb. Past verb will change to past perfect. Past perfect verb is had. So, in the essence of verbs in the present tense are transformed into their corresponding forms of the past tense. This fundamental rules helps maintain consistency when shifting from direct to indirect speech. So, has, have to, had, did to, had done, was doing, had been doing, shall, all the modals, shall, should, will, would, can, could. If there is should in a direct speech, in indirect speech, it should change into would. Next, do not to not to, here, there, tomorrow, the next day, this, that, yesterday, the previous day, these, those, the next week, the following week, today, that day, now, then, tonight, that night. These are the basic rules for transforming direct speech into indirect speech. That means present tense verb will change to past tense verb will change to past perfect tense. For example, if in the direct speech you have a look, it is in present tense. When you change into indirect speech, it will become looked. If there is looked in a direct speech question, it will become had looked. That is past perfect tense. Now, let's examine the first example. What are the main rules to follow? Direct speech. He said, I'm studying for the exam. What are the main rules? Identify the type of sentence. In the example, he said, I'm studying for the exam. The sentence ends with a full stop, right? There is no question mark, no exclamation mark, or any indication of requesting or commanding. So it is not imperative sentence, not exclamatory sentence, or not an interrogative sentence. Therefore, we can conclude that this is an assertive or declarative sentence which ends with full stop, and it is a simple statement. So now, for declarative sentences, the reporting verb is what? Said or told. So, he said. So, reporting verb said. Then you should use conjunction that. So, use the conjunction that after the reporting verb, including conjunction that means he said that. Then adjust the pronouns. Here I will change to he. Right? I will change to he. Am is in which tense? Yes, it is in present tense. Present tense helping verb should change to past tense. What is the past tense of am? It is was. Right? Was. So, he said that he was studying for the exam. So, maintain the rest of the sentence. The remaining part of the sentence is already adjusted for tense. So, the answer is he said that he was studying for the exam. The highlighted part which is mentioned here, that is very much important. So he said, I'm studying for the exam. I'm changed to was, I changed to he, and since it is an assertive sentence, you should use said as a reporting verb, and that is the conjunction. Let's see one more example. Direct speech. Reena said to Ravi, do you hear me? Do you hear me? Now, friends, let's analyze the type of sentence. What kind of a sentence it is? Yes, you're absolutely right. It is an interrogative sentence because it ends with a question mark. Do you hear me? It ends with a question mark. Now, specifically, it is a yes or no question, as such questions begin with helping verbs. If you observe here, do you remember or do you hear me? Do is a helping verb. That means you may recall from my previous 3 videos that we discussed helping verbs in detail. So remember, yes or no questions do not begin with WH words like what, why, where, when, or how. So now we have identified it as a yes or no question. Let's apply the rule or formula. For interrogative sentence, what is the reporting verb? Here in the direct speech, it is said to. When you change into indirect speech, reporting verb is asked. What is the reporting verb? Asked. Said to will change to asked because this sentence or this question is in interrogative yes or no. So use the reporting verb asked. Follow it with if or whether. Either can be used. You can use if or whether. Then add the subject. First reporting verb asked, then if or whether, then you are going to add the subject. Here is an important point to note. Many make mistakes when changing do to did. This is incorrect. If there is another verb following do, here is another verb following do. What is that? Here, H-E-A-R. So in this example, the main verb is here, which should be changed to its past tense form heard. Means do here becomes heard. Note, don't change do as did. Change the main verb into past tense. Do here, heard. Do wish, wished. Do complain, complained. Don't make a mistake of changing do into did whenever there is another main verb in a sentence. So now Reena said to will change to asked because it is an interrogative sentence. Reena asked Ravi. We used if here because it is yes or no question. How will you identify that it is a yes or no question? It is beginning with helping verbs. There is no WH form. So if he do here will change to heard and me changes to her because it is referring to Reena. So in indirect speech, Reena asked Ravi if he heard her. Let's see one more example. Indirect speech. Sudeep said, Bhavya, did you complete the project? Again, what kind of sentence it is? Or analyze the type of sentence. S. Did you complete the project? If you observe closely, again it is interrogative sentence because it is ending with question mark. And in interrogative, what type of sentence? Whether it is WH or yes or no? Correct. It is yes or no because it is started with did. It started with did. So now again apply all the rules. Said will change to asked. Sudeep asked Bhavya. Then the subject. What is the subject? You. You refers to whom? Did you complete the project? You referring to Bhavya. That means she. Then did will change to past perfect tense. Had complete will change to completed. So Sudeep asked Bhavya whether or if she had completed the project. Had completed the project. Sudeep asked Bhavya if or whether you can use whether she had completed. Had it is because did is in past tense. It should change to past perfect tense. Complete is in present. It should be past tense. Next one. Rahul told me, when are you leaving? When are you leaving? So again it is an interrogative sentence which is ending with the question mark. Whether it is WH or S or no. Yes, it's easy to identify. It is WH question because the question which is beginning with when. So again the same rules. Identify the sentence as it is interrogative WH. So what is the reporting verb? Told will change to asked. Rahul asked me. Rahul asked me. Again, you should begin with when, then subject. You will change to I, R will change to R is in present tense. It should be in past form. I was leaving. Next one. Where do you live? The stranger asked Arun. Again, it is a interrogative sentence, and in interrogative it is WH. So the stranger asked Arun where. The stranger asked Arun where, then the subject you will change to he, and do live will change to lived. Don't change do into did. Do live, lived. Do wish, wished. Do look, looked. Do hear, heard. So the stranger asked Arun where he lived. First WH, then subject, then the verb. So, do live, lived. It's correct. Did live, it's a wrong usage. Now, indirect speech. Mr. Rahul said me, please wait here till I return. Identify the sentence. Quick. Any question mark? Whether it is a simple statement? Any exclamatory mark? No. Here we have used please in this question. Please is used. So it is imperative sentence. So for imperative, what we should use? The reporting verb. If the sentence is in requesting nature, requested. Commanding, commanded. Ordering, ordered. Here it is requested. Mr. Rahul requested me, and immediately what you should use? To. Do remember this. In imperative, after the reporting verb, use do. So, here Rahul requested me to wait. Here will change to there. It is there in a rules column. Here will change to there till I will change to he, return to returned. So, Mr. Rahul requested me to wait there till he returned. Return is in present form. It should change to past form. Next, Ananya exclaimed, what a beautiful sunset. What kind of sentence it is? Very good. It is ending with exclamation mark, which expresses sudden feeling, surprise. So, it's exclamatory sentence. For exclamatory sentence, reporting verb, exclaimed that. Exclaimed that it was a beautiful sunset. You should change into assertive sentence. So, Ananya exclaimed that it was a beautiful sunset. Next one. Sahana said to me, don't touch that vase. So, here again it is imperative, but in the rule column I mentioned that don't will change to not to. Remember, don't will change to not to. So, Sahana told me not to touch the vase. Simple. Don't will change to not to and said to told and remaining touch that vase. So, now I hope you understood all these rules with examples thoroughly. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section. If there are any other grammatical topics you would like me to cover, don't forget to comment on the comment box. And for more videos, subscribe to my channel, like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to take a screenshot of the rules and practice them thoroughly. Wishing you all the best in your learning journey. Thank you.